Hi, welcome to another sketchbook session. This one is gonna be a little rough. I almost gave up on making this video, but we'll get there when we get there. So, the idea for today is I'm gonna be doing two pages. One is gonna be a cutout, like a frame, and the second page is gonna be the drawing itself. I started with a frame page. I wanted to do a kind of marble background. I don't know what to call this. I basically just used some white and pastel paints and just swirled them around, not mixing them in completely, so there's like some colors there. Everything was going smoothly for now. And next is cutting out the little window. I made a template for myself. I'm simply just tracing it onto the page and cutting out the centerpiece. I'm definitely keeping it. I use an X-Acto knife, I hope that's what it's called, to cut it out. I put thick cardboard underneath to protect the other pages. You can also use scissors, but I feel like with a knife it's cleaner, and obviously I could keep the centerpiece. I recently got this self-adhesive glitter paper. It's really cool. I did struggle a bit, but we'll get there. I wanted to put it on the other side of the frame page. I was deciding between gold and white, and I stopped on white. I simply just traced the page onto the glitter paper and just cut it out. And this is where my suffering begins, when I had to glue the glitter paper to the page. I thought I was being so smart and so careful when I was peeling off the other layer a little bit, not all the way. I was being careful. But it wasn't lining up at all. And it was getting all wrinkly, and it, like I said, was not lining up with the page. I was getting so angry that I had to take a break, take a breather, and I fixed it off camera. Luckily, it wasn't stuck on too hard. I just slowly peeled it off and just stuck it back on, and it worked better. The second time, still not perfect. I don't know what I did wrong, but, And next I decided to do the frame itself with some puffy paint or structural paint. I recently got this golden one. It's really pretty. And I was really excited to do this. I thought it would be like the most fun part of the process, but I was miserable. I don't know if it's because the paint is new or it's just the one I picked is weird, but like it was so inconsistent. Like I was pressing on it so hard and either nothing would be coming out or it would just burst. And it was really hard to control it. Here I just needed to do like a line around the oval, simple as that, but it was so inconsistent. I was pressing on it so hard, my hand was like hurting really bad. It's just Here I took another break. And I literally left it to dry overnight because this paint takes a long time to dry as it is, but I really wanted it to keep its shape and wanted to make sure it's like dry. And this is the next day. I am on my bed this time and I'm doing the ornaments on the top and the bottom of the frame. And here I was having an even harder time because here I needed to do like actual patterns and stuff. The paint was once again bursting or not coming out, and it was so hard to what? It was hard to do like anything of substance. I just did a few squiggly lines here and there and some like blobs, I guess. But in the end, all those blobs just became one big blob anyway, so like who cares? And while that was drying overnight again, I decided to get onto the actual drawing, and my suffering does not end here because this is like the 5th sketch I did. Like on the first day I did a couple sketches, didn't like any of them. Then on day 2 I did something completely different. Like my original idea was to just... What? My original idea was to just do a pretty girl in like a corset and like lace and really pretty, but then I did something completely different. I liked it. It's like a finished drawing and I was about to use it for this video, but I changed my mind. So now I'm doing whatever this is I'm doing. It doesn't really resemble the reference as much as I would like it to, but I don't care at this point. Also, yeah, it is in a more realistic style. I've been doing this a lot lately. A couple people, I will say, have asked like, where's the noses? Or are you changing your style? And it's like, no, I'm not changing it. I just think it's nice to be able to do both something more stylistic but also realistic, you know what I mean? Like, it's not a requirement, obviously, but I want to be able to do that. And it's been really helpful for me, I think. Also, I don't know if you noticed, but I don't have that many pages left in my sketchbook, and I'm really excited about that. I started it in June, I think. And it's like mostly done. For reference, my previous sketchbook is about the same size, I think. Like about the same what? About the same amount of pages, and it took me 8 months. So... And now I could finally start working on the second page. For the background, I decided to paint a sky. However, I'm not a painter. I didn't even watch any tutorials because why would you? I just kind of assumed what I had to do, just kind of freehanded everything. But I mean, most of it is gonna be covered up anyway, so... Anyway, overall, these pages took me, what, 4 days to do? Which for me is a long time. I usually like do these very quickly, but I mean, to be fair, the structural paint takes forever to dry. But also I was struggling a lot in the process. But anyway, like I said before, I almost gave up on this video. Just in general, when I'm doing something and it doesn't go right immediately, I can lose motivation. And also just filming these sketchbook sessions is like a whole process for me. So yeah, this was really not good, not fun. And this also impacted how I see the final page now, the final pages now. It's just, I don't know. I don't hate them, but I'm not completely pleased either, unfortunately. And after literally like 2 days, I finally sat down to finish this thing. You can see the other pages I did while procrastinating on this one. But I am just simply gluing the drawing to the page. The glue I'm using is just like clear liquid glue. I don't know. I'm just saying this because a lot of people ask. But then I felt like this page was a little bit empty, so I decided to add a very simple frame with a golden pen. And this is a new addition to my materials. I did make a video about my materials, but then a couple days later I got a big set of 30 pens, 10 neon ones, 10 glittery ones, and 10 metallic ones. And it's really cool, even though I haven't used them much yet. And here's the final result. Like I said before, I'm not entirely pleased with it. It is mostly because of the process. But you know, it's art, it's not always perfect, it's not always smooth, and that's the beauty of it, or something. But I hope that you enjoyed this. If you want to use this idea, feel free to do so. I did not invent this by any means. Thank you for sticking around and watching this video. I really appreciate it. All of my other socials will be on the screen and in the description. Enjoy some more footage and bye!